Welcome to the Pearson Test of English. This session is based on PTE listening and the question type is summarize spoken text. The test format is as follows. Your scores are divided into the following parts. For content, you will get 2 marks. For form, which basically means the structure in which you're writing, you will get 2 marks. Your grammar should be absolutely correct. That also is allotted 2 marks. The same goes for vocabulary and spelling, which consist of 2 marks each. If your vocabulary is appropriate, you will definitely get full marks or you will get less than that. That is 1 or 0. The same goes for the others. Now, you will hear an audio. The recording length for this audio is 60 to 90 seconds. The word length that is given is 50 to 70 words. Do not write less than 50 or more than 70 words. The task time allotted is 10 minutes. This is the first question in listening and the only question which has been given a definite fixed time for the task. The rest of the tasks are not timed individually. Here is a sample of what the summarized spoken text looks like. Your instruction is given at the beginning. It says, you will hear a short interview. Write a summary for a fellow student who was not present at the interview. You should write 50 to 70 words. You have 10 minutes to finish this task. Your response will be judged on the quality of your writing and how well your response presents the key points presented in the interview. This is your audio player. It also has a timer so you can know how long it is going to be. This is the box where you will be filling in your answer. You have the options of copy, cut and paste if you want to use them. Once you're done, you must click next and continue. Now just to give you an example, here the word limit is 73. As you can see, the candidate has exceeded it. You must try and keep it below 70. What is the task? Now, you will hear a recording of a lecture. There will be 2 to 3 such tasks. After the recording is finished, you will have to write a short summary of the lecture in 50 to 70 words, explaining what the lecture was about to another student. You will have to complete the task in 10 minutes. The purpose of the task is to test your ability to comprehend through listening and to summarize the most important information mentioned. Here are some strategies to do this task correctly. As soon as the audio begins, start taking notes on your erasable noteboard booklet, which will be provided to you at the test center. While doing that, listen for the main ideas and supporting points. The introductory lines usually have the main ideas. The middle part has supporting details, whereas the ending summarizes everything overall. When you are planning your answer in the 10 minutes given, refer to the notes to answer. Make sure you need to summarize properly, so only summarize without details like examples and things like that. When you're making a note, you can note down important details such as name, numbers or nouns in the audio, as these keywords will help you to write an accurate and appropriate summary. You could use symbols and abbreviations to take notes. Listen very carefully or else the flow might get affected and your writing as a result of it. Plan the information properly before writing. Make sure you include relevant aspects of the audio and use your notes to elicit the main ideas. So your draft should be grammatically correct and to the point. Try to write in simple sentences using simple vocabulary. You don't necessarily have to write really complex words. The simpler the sentence, the easier it is to understand, and that will fetch you good marks. You only have 10 minutes, so make sure you distribute the time correctly. It is suggested that you listen to the audio and take notes for the first few seconds as long as it goes. Then give around 30 seconds or 1 minute to actually think and recall and draft a response, put down your points. Use the next 3 minutes to frame your answer and the last 1 minute to review. Check again thoroughly, include the details, include the points. Recheck before the final submission. When listening, try to pick up the tone of the speaker or any cues that you can listen to in terms of the text that is being narrated to you. Small sentences carry more marks, so write smaller sentences. There's a possibility of you making typing errors. One might be ignored, but not more than that. This will affect your entire grammatical structure, vocabulary, everything. As suggested, save the last 2-3 minutes to edit your answer. Once you're done, click next to move on. Now we shall be doing some practice questions. You will now hear an audio. You need to write a summary again between 50 to 70 words only. You have 10 minutes to write this summary. In the test, the audio begins to play automatically and you can only listen to this recording once. The audio will now play, and once you're done, you can cross-check your answer with the answer list provided. So here is the audio.
Practice Test 1, page 36, Section 1. Summarize spoken text. You will hear a short lecture. Write a summary for a fellow student who was not present at the lecture. You should write 50 to 70 words. You will have 10 minutes to finish this task. Your response will be judged on the quality of your writing and on how well your response presents the key points presented in the lecture. Lecture A.
I understand that one major concern of yours in running a successful company, especially in the current economic climate, is the question of worker loyalty. Are you saying that such a thing no longer exists? And if so, what are some of the reasons for this? And how important is loyalty to the smooth and successful running of a company such as yours?
Well, I do think it's important, but I also realise that we can't go back to the old-fashioned sense of loyalty where an employee would spend his whole working life with one company or business. Our grandparents, even our parents' generation, expected long-term employment, and their loyalty was rewarded with health care and a pension. This is no longer the case. Many companies are no longer willing or perhaps even able to provide such a financial package. Besides, to a younger generation, sticking at the same job all your life isn't a very exciting or inspiring prospect. Some reasons for this might be the shortening of contracts, outsourcing, automation, and people holding down more than one job. In other words, we've all had to adapt to the realities of a rapidly changing, fast-paced economy. However, all this is not to say that loyalty is dead. Rather, it has changed emphasis. Today, it is more about trust, in that an employee will promise to bring his skills and engage fully in his work for as long as she or he is there. People change jobs a lot more these days, but I still believe that a company is better off with at least a core of people who stay for the long term.
Now here are some tips that you could use for this particular type of question. Practice identifying the main idea. You can pick up short passages and try making notes on them. Look at the introductory lines, jot down those points, then look at ideas that go along with it. See how they connect. Look at what words are used to connect. This should be done on a regular basis. If you practice at least 2 or 3 in a day, then you will see a marked difference in your comprehension and understanding. The next, practice listening to accents. Different accents will give you a better exposure, and if those accents recur in the test, then you will be familiarized with it and it will be easier for you to understand. Now, remember that you are summarizing all of this into just one sentence. So make sure that you use correct punctuation marks. Do not unnecessarily use ellipses or semicolon if you do not know what they are used for. Stick to the basics. When creating your answer, ensure that the ideas you've put together are coherent with each other, they connect to each other, and all of the ideas are present, all of the important ideas. Make sure that you write shorter sentences as they deliver clearer messages. The most important component, as this includes both listening and writing, is grammar. Ensure that your tenses, your prepositions, verbs, adjectives, nouns, demonstrative adjectives are all in the correct order and that you're using appropriate linking phrases or conjunctions. That is the end of this session. Thank you.